Hi everybody, this is Spath. I'm coming to you from True Poker this morning. We're playing a $11 or $10 plus $1 sit and go, 1,500 chips. Here I am a radar 1, radar 1. I hope that the star indicates where I am. I hope you can see it okay. It's 1 radar 1. You see the first hand here, I folded the 6-4, and we'll get going here pretty shortly. Wow, just a pair of fives. So we don't want to play this game backwards, just sit and go. We want to play it smart. We want to just take our time here, let other people bust out, let them do the work for us. If you don't have a True Poker account, just send me an email and I'll give you a link for that. I know somebody that has an affiliate over there and they'd be happy to have you in their group. I used to be an affiliate there, but I gave that up years ago. I do not have an affiliation with any online site at this time. And if you want to play True Poker, have at it. If you want to play somewhere else, have at that as well. I don't have a preference, but I know at least these guys will pay you when you win your money, unlike some other sites presently shuffling money. This is Positive Poker Insiders. I hope you follow us here on Positive Poker Insiders. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, we have a Sunday conversation with Brad Wilson from Enhance Your Edge. He does a lot of 2-4 and 3-6 no limit 6-player cash games, so that'll be interesting to talk to Brad Wilson. All my videos are up on YouTube under Al Spath. Just search it and you'll find it, and you can play them all. There's over 170 videos. You'll learn how to play sit and goes, heads up play, cash games from nickel dime all the way up to 50 cent one. There's interviews, there's a lot more. Check it out. Hope you subscribe. It's free to subscribe. And if I can answer any questions, just send them in to alspath at alspath.com. I do private lessons and coaching. You can also email me, use the promo code TEACH, and I'll discount them for you because you heard it on here. And also I'll be starting a new offering here shortly where I will be teaching somebody that wants to stream on Twitch and eventually become a coach. You got the skills for that. That'll be a series of 4 or 5 part. Just contact me at alspath@alspath.com for the details, and we'll talk to you on Skype. Let's see what this guy's going to do here. Taking his time. Then he's going to throw in a $60 bet. Yeah, I got a natural abilities to think about how clowns operate. Alright, we just don't have thick cards that we could play right now. The limits are so low, we don't have to waste our money trying to win $10, $15 or $20. I don't care if 6-6-2 would have flop or 3 6s. It's not a hand I'm going to play out of position, facing a raise with lousy cards. It's just that simple. You'll notice on the side of the poker table here, top left hand side, we got a little coaching advertisement, a little saying there for positivity. Of course, we do poker lessons, and the overlay was conceived by Posse 1972. He did the overlay. He can do your overlay too. You can contact him, Posse 1972 on Twitch, and this is an easy fold. And by the way, you can email me and I'll put you in touch with him. He can develop an overlay for you. He is a regular streamer over on Heartbeat Poker. You can join him for his streams along with Noodle the River and Ninja and Dave Romer, who's the Lango Poker School Online, and many other streamers at Heartbeat Poker. You'll have to check with them for their schedule. And 5-6 is not very good hand here. I could limp, yes, but I don't know what 3 people behind me are going to do with me limping. So I could raise with it, sure, but I'd rather not at this time. And there's a good reason not to. Oh, a whole $25. Kind of a feeler bet. Doesn't mean he has much anything. So we got a suited connector here. As long as it's not raised, I'm going to play it. And if I'm first, I'm going to raise with it. And let's just do 55. Let's manage the pot. Keep it rather low, but yet still put pressure on a few people there to act. Okay. So we pick up a couple dollars. Ace Jack is a little better hand, but I like the 8-7 suited. Back to the 1500 starting check. It's been raised. And this early in the tournament, I could re-raise him to 180, but why would I spend more than 10% of my stack not knowing what anybody else is going to do? And it's only Ace Jack. If he's got Ace Queen, Ace King, or big pair, I'm dead. So you guys, maybe there's a good example right there. The button raised 180. Now, I don't know what he does if I raise. Maybe he re-raises me or goes all in. We'll find out here in a second. But don't value Ace Jack, whether it's suited or not suited, especially early in a tournament. Sure, if you got to make a stand, if it's later in the tournament, you got a good position or a late position, you want to steal with it, sure, go ahead. Just don't do it from the beginning of the tournament just because you like it. Okay, so there's the Ace Jack. You're all saying, Al, you're a stupid idiot. What a dumb play. And I'm saying, I wonder if somebody else has pocket kings. I wonder if somebody else has Ace King. We're not going to find out. But he re-raised a razor, and there's a good likelihood he had it. We'll never find out. And Al still has 1,500 chips, no matter what. Again, pocket sevens, pocket pair. We're going to raise it up to 55 unless this guy raises. And this early in the tournament, I'm throwing it away. But here, I'm going to raise with it. He raises, I don't re-raise. Later on in the tournament, I might do it, but not now, no. Now he re-raised me, but look, he didn't do it too much. It's enough for me to call, but I can get away from this hand very easily. So I'm going to call with the intention of folding if I don't get a 7. Now, I could bet into him, but let's see if he really hit that queen. His bet will tell me it's 210. He bet 105. I don't think he did. So I am going to take a chance here, and I'm going to make it 315 as I hit the queen. Now, if he doesn't have the queen, he's got to go away. I didn't like his half pot bet. Apparently, I was right. Again, I would like to see what my opponent does in some of these cases and then react, or respond is a better word to use. React is not a good word. I'll tell you why. If a doctor gave you a shot because you were sick and you had a reaction, that's kind of a negative connotation. But if you responded to the shot, I think that's a little positive. We're talking about positive poker. We're talking about winning money. We're talking about mindsets being in the right place. So let's respond rather than react. Yeah, we're just trying to build up a few chips to get us in position to first play our best and then get into the money. That's the goal. Play our best, get into the money. Once we get into the money, our goal is to get second or first. So that's where the money is. It's 50, 30, 20. That's how the spread is on the payout. You really need to get 50 or 30% of this pot. 20% is kind of like spinning your wheels. You make a couple bucks, but it's not worth your time. So if you're going to be moving up and play $50 events and things like that, you might make a few more extra dollars, but you're risking a lot more. But so we really want to get to 30, 20, 30 and 50%. So our return of investment, our ROI, is higher. Remember, don't forget to follow us at Positive Poker Insiders on Twitch TV. We got interviews coming up most Sundays. Got Ed Miller coming up, Vanessa Rousseau coming up. We've got Scott Long from Ante Up Magazine, Nancy Todd, a grinder, pro player up in Las Vegas. We got Chris Fox Wallace, Tom McAvoy, the Hall of Famer, will be on next Sunday, in fact. So don't miss that. I've already touched base with Tom, a good friend of mine and Hall of Famer. Don't want to miss these interviews, and if you got questions, please come into chat and share your questions live on air, and I'll give you a shout out. Who knows, you might even win a prize. Well, it was obvious I was going to fold anyhow. This guy raised under the gun, he re-raised. To re-raise a guy under the gun, you have to have a big hand. This guy has to be strong in early position. So he calls with his hand here. So he may only have ace queen, but that's going to be a good flop for him. He'll probably bet into him. Yep, he did. I don't like the half pot. Now, if this guy's got what he says he has, like kings or aces, you know, he may or may not come over the top. He just calls. Now this guy should up this to about 400 if he's got the queen. Yeah, it's a little bit better, but not great. Still half. And he's got 866. I don't think he's gonna fold here. That's a weird bad card for this guy. If this guy's got the kings, he checks it now. There it comes, and he folds it down. Wow. So betting tells a story, and we got to figure out the story. We won't really know what the final outcome of that one. We know who won, but we know that he didn't have the queen, I don't think, because I think he would have put his money in the pot all the way in there. So maybe he was advertising something he didn't have. So this is a pretty lousy hand. It's about the worst ace you can get. This guy just lost a big pot. He's going to be on edge. Don't need to try to steal from him at this point. I'll wait till later. If he's still there later in the tournament, I'll take his chips then. Some people, a lot of you, would have raised him right there. I'm one of the believers that you don't take a stick to a hornet's nest. And when somebody loses in a hand like that, they're generally a little tilty and they're going to fire back at you. That $15 I lost does not change anything. If I've got $16.95 or $16.80, I'm in the same situation. It's just a hand of many hands. There's an all-in bet. That's usually somebody that's got jacks, 10s, 9s, something like that, and they just don't want to. They'll take the race, but they really don't want to see a flop. Another easy fold. You wonder why I'm using the auto buttons here. I don't want to waste time. I want to get as many hands in at the lower limits as I can because the blinds are going to go up. So I want to see as many pots as I can early and hope that I can hit something big while the limits are low and it doesn't cost me that much. I mean, there's no possibility I'm going to play these hands, so I'm using the auto fold button. Some of you don't even have an auto fold or a fold button on your computers. It's just something you haven't learned where it is yet, and you will as you progress. Just kidding, Rob Gag. $240, a full pot bet. Almost indicates that he's got, I was just going to say a top pair, an over pair, or a top pair with a good kicker. And his kicker could be king. He could have king 10. Could have ace 10. He wins another one. I don't get to see it. So this has just been a fold fest for me, but that's okay. And usually you get 2 or 3 people out in the first round or two. We don't have anybody out, so we're playing at a $10 sit and go. So I want you all to note the difference between this and the dollar and the $3 ones and the $5 ones you've been playing. The level of play is better, so you have to play better, or you're going to get knocked to the rail, just like me. I don't particularly like this hand. I don't like it in early position. Some of you would disagree. Some of you would raise with that. You're welcome to raise with that. I just think it's with 2, 4, 6 players left to go. It's a good chance someone's going to pick up a better hand with an ace or a pair, and I'm going to be behind the 8 ball, and sometimes might be in bad position. That would be a lousy flop that I would have to do a continuation bet for, and then I'd have to barrel again here on the turn and still have nothing, and I would miss completely. So that's my take on Queen King in that position. You have your take on it. There's 2 pair. Now, if I raise, that 6-4 doesn't come in, and maybe the big blind doesn't come in, and maybe I blame the blinds. I concede that to you. I do concede that. That's a possibility. Poker should be fun. If you ever read the article that I wrote called Have You Stomped in a Mud Puddle Lately? Remember when you were a kid, you stomped in the mud puddles and your mother or your father got really mad because you got all dirty and everything, but it was so much fun? Well, sometimes you gotta just drop down in stakes, or you just gotta go to a game that you can play and take the pressure off and just relax and have some fun. I'm not saying be stupid about things. I'm saying have some fun. Do some interpretations of what people are doing and see if you get it right. You may get it wrong. I may get it wrong later in this tournament. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun today and just relax and bring you this presentation and with some training in it. Before, when I had the 7s and the guy made the bet and I said that it was an improper bet and I came over the top, that was me having a little fun with my reads, making sure that my reads were spot on. It could have turned out to be a disaster, absolutely. But you got to trust your gut. Terry Ring, who has a video series on tournaments, and you might want to just check with him on Facebook. Terry Ring, that's R-I-N-G, and he's got like six different blocks. I'm going to call it blocks, and each one has like 5 or 6 videos in it. I think you can get the whole first one free right now if you just contact him, mention my name. So Terry Ring, and you can see the whole first, I think it's 5 or 6 videos free, and then you can decide whether or not you want to take some of the others. They cost like $30 or $40 for a whole series of modules, and they're very good. But those are for tournament players, especially MTT players. They're really not for cash players. So you got my highest recommendation. Check them out. Cost is great. The value is great. The first part's free. How can you go wrong with that? Terry Ring. Not a lot happening here. Got 2 players under $1,000. Got a limper there on in the cutoff seat. Remember, this is the button cutoff hijack. We're going to see a flop here. Not so good. You don't want to lose your money in an unraised pot. Remember that. Don't. That's Mike Carroll philosophy. This guy could easily have the 2. This guy could easily have the 2. It's doubtful he has it, but he could have ace-2 suited, sure. He might even have 2-3 suited. But if I was back here and I was first in with 2-3 suited, if I was playing, I would raise with it. There's a raise. I'm out of position. As you know, I call this hand Hawaii, the Queen Jack. Many of you know why. But for those that are new that are watching, if you don't play Queen Jack for an entire year, the money you save by not playing it, you could afford a trip to Hawaii. It is a hand that gets misplayed more often than even Jack 10. Because Jack 10, you can get away from it. That Queen Jack will suck you in. Again, I could be raising here. I am not. I choose not to raise. Star under my name right here. It's Al Spath. There's one radar 1 here at this site. I got this name a long time ago, so there's nothing I can do to change it, to teach, or anything else. We've got a small raise right here. This is the Ace Jack. Remember, early position, I threw it away. Now I've got it in late position. I got to see what this guy wants to do first. If he re-raises, it's an easy throwaway hand. If not, I'll make it $175 to go. And I might make this 160. Just manage this pot a little bit more. I haven't played much. This guy has gone to the mats several times, so I know he's active. If somebody raises me here, I can throw this hand away. I can throw this hand away. Now he raised, so I think he hit something here. He's probably going to bet. If he doesn't, I'm going to take the free card and hope for a nice 10. I did not get the 10. He's probably going to bet. He bets half the pot. I'm going to make this 419. See what he wants to do. And he caught me dead red-handed, and I'm going to fold. So I was thinking that maybe I could convince him I had the clubs. There was no convincing him, and I'm down to $1,000. So what do? When you're down to $1,000, the blinds go up to $25.50. 50 goes into 1,000. How many times, folks? 20 times. I got 20 big blinds left. 21, in fact, $56 extra. I'm in no hurry. I'm in no panic. I lost a hand with Ace Jack suited. Remember that. Ace Jack lost that hand. Again, I'm going to caution you about playing the Ace Jack. Whether I get in the money or I get knocked out. If you take anything away from this, and I'm trying to give you a lot of tidbits as we go along, take away the fact that Ace Jack is not a quality hand. There's pocket jacks against a King 8. I have a 5-3 suited here. Not the best hand in the world. But I'm going to bring it in for $156, leaving me $900. I am not calling a re-raise. And he takes my money. There's no way I put my money in on that. Now I'm down to $900. So how many big blinds do I have now? 18 of them. Now I'm ready to mix it up with this guy here. I'm going to put all my money in here. If not, if he doesn't call, I still win $200. They're thinking I'm a little tilty right now. I do want to call, whether I get knocked out or not. I want to double up or triple up and move back into this game. I'm hoping he has ace queen here and he takes me on. If he has a pair, he's a slight edge on me. He folds it up and I take it down. I get back that 375. So once you get down to a certain amount of money, you can play a little different. And in that particular case, I wanted to take the race with my ace king. I didn't want to see a flop, let him get connected to something and me miss everything and only have 2 cards left. I wanted to see all 7 cards with ace king. A lot of people don't realize you want to see all 7 cards there. So this would have been a terrible flop for me. I know I have a 5 for a straight, but no red cards is not where you want to be. So we're going to just build ourselves back up, pick ourselves back up, play positive poker, be a positive attitude, and not go on tilt. Those of you that just get upset by losing a hand or making a mistake and getting caught and then just compounding it by just thinking about it over and over and over and replaying it and then getting yourself mad again is just not the thing to do. You got plenty of time to do that when the tournament's over. On the ride home, think about how you could have played that hand differently and not misplayed it. Don't do it during the tournament. Get that mind shifting gear in your head working and mind shift it and get into a positive attitude. Sure, you're going to lose some hands. Sure, you're going to get knocked out and you're not going to win some money. But you got to learn from every aspect of the game. Watch what's going on. Take note. See if you can improve yourself. Don't make the mistake twice. Hopefully I won't make that same mistake twice. But I'm glad I showed you the power of the ace jack and the unpower, like the uncola of 7-up. It's not a good hand. Queen King, same thing. Trust me. Alright, he wants to see a flop. We'll see a flop. Hit the 7. Not too good. I'm sure he's going to bet here. He doesn't, so I will bet $99. Just taking a shot at the pot. He checked. That's like waving a white flag to me. Somebody checks, your heads up, fire back. Just don't fire back some insignificant half or less pot. You know, some people say, well, I just want to do a feeler bet. You don't want to do a feeler bet. You want to knock the guy out. You want to take his money. He or she is just telling you, take my money. Now, if they're very tricky, they might, trap you, but most people are not tricky. I'm going to fold this again. This is very unreal. We're up to 25.50, and we do not have one person who is out or one person that is under 15 big blinds. I mean, this guy here has got 18 big blinds still. One double up and I'm back second place, third place. I'm not worried about right now. I'm going to get my hand. I'm going to get a hand. If I don't get a hand, that's out of my hands. Not in the position to make that steal yet. I need some of these folks to do some of the work for me and get mixed up in a hand and start knocking some people down. So I don't care what person becomes the chip leader. So I'll definitely raise here, probably 150. Standard 3x here. No, I won't call a re-raise. I'll answer the questions ahead of time for you. I have to answer them for myself. He goes all in here. I drop this like a lead balloon. Towards the middle of the tournament and now towards going later in the tournament, I could and you could drop down to 2.5x. So in other words, 125. You could save yourself a few chips. You're still going to achieve the same thing probably with a 2.5x. And later on, you can even get it towards the end of the tournament. You can get, when the limits are really high, you probably could get away from just even like a 2.1, 2.2. The min raise, yeah, I guess you could, but add a little bit something to it. These are all poker tips for you to take and try out at your next tournament. Don't be in a rush. Play it smart. And hopefully you'll get some cards. What's the best 2 cards that I've got so far? Ace Jack twice, both suited. What's the next best hand I've had? Think about it. Ace King. I won with the Ace King. I was all in. Okay, let's think about it. Have I had aces, kings, queens, jacks, 10s, 9s, 8s, 7s? Yes, we had 7s once. I took that away from somebody. I really didn't have the best hand probably. 6s, 5s, no. 4s, no. 3s, 2s, no. Ace Queen, no. Ace 10, no. So think about where I'm at in relationship to what I've been given. And you have to say, I'm probably struggling to stay above the Mendoza line, which is just above. In baseball, they used to have a guy named Mario Mendoza, and he was just an awful hitter. And batting 200 is really poor. So batting 300 is good. I mean, if you bat 275, it's okay. If you bat 3 1/4, it's really good. But if you're down and around the 200 mark, you're pretty bad. But he would dip below the 200 line, which is really bad, and that's the Mendoza line. And they established that in baseball, the Mendoza line. So if you get on that line between relevant and irrelevant, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting close. When the next blinds go up, my big blind ratio is going to really drop because, depending on the site here, I'm not familiar with what the next level is. I'm just going to imagine it's, I can't even imagine, maybe 40, 80. So, you divide 80 into it, and then all of a sudden, I'm down in the 14, 12 range of big blinds. He's thinking about shoving or folding. I don't think he's thinking about calling with a 905 stack. Well, that was close to queen. The same shape. We got 30, 40 miles an hour wind here. We've got wind chill factor -4 today. Lovely Maryland on the 13th of February. St. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So wish all the ladies out there happy Valentine's Day. And of course, a special thank you for those that are taking time out of their busy schedule to watch these videos. And I'll remember to go to the store later on, the florist, and get the flowers for my wife as well. No. All right, folks. Lines are going to go up soon. I'm getting down near $1,000. And no cards. But that's okay. Even if this video is over in 10 minutes or less, I hope that you take away from this all the little tips that I've told you, all the little edges, all the things to do and not to do. I can't help it that my cards are bad. I appreciate you watching. I'm not going to edit these videos. I never edit these videos. They're always raw as you see it. You got the same time to make the decision as I. What I like to tell people that are watching my videos is use the stop button. See if you can think what I'm going to tell you about and what you should do. See if your bet size is the same as the next person that's going to bet. See if you can anticipate what I'm going to do. Just stop it and think about it right now. Stop the video and look who you think is going to come in here for a raise and how much is it going to be. Is it going to be 300 or 250? What am I going to do? Am I going to try to steal on the button with the queen 9? And the answer to this is we're going to raise it up now. So we're going to go up to 275 and try it one time to see if we can steal something here. I got to be a shorty here. Most people don't. There, I'm going to steal it. So I haven't tried stealing when it was low. Now I steal when it's a little bigger. I'm going to make a little bit more money. I'm going to go again right here with this one. If I'm first. If he's first, forget about it. I got to watch this guy right here, though. All right, so I'm going to go 275 one more time. Again, I'm trying to manage the pot. I don't want to put too much in where I commit myself. I can still get away from this hand here. Remember, if he has ace-3 and played back at me here, ace-3 is about a 58-42 favorite over queen-king. You would say to yourself, wow, that can't be, Al. Go look it up. Ace-3 offsuit against king-queen offsuit. Tell me what your results. It's going to be 57 or 58%. So I've stole a couple of pots, which means I stole about $300. I've moved myself back up at the $1,400 range. Now, that wouldn't be a bad flop for 9-8. Top pair, draw. You don't like the two spades that are out there. I don't think I'd put all my money in there, but he did. Again, takeaways from this game, and this is the Posse's hand. I told you about Posse 1972 earlier, doing the overlays, and he can do yours, but he loves King 9, so I call that the Posse hand now. King is the kite surfer hand. He hates king king. So I like the name hands. I got to find out what Rob Gaggs is. I got a feeling I know, but I'm gonna wait till he tells me. But I think it's Ace Jack. I really do. There's Hawaii. I know he knows not to play that. He's said it himself many times. So this has been a fun video. We're still alive. I mean, we could go out any time, but we've covered a lot of ground here. There's a limp. This is a good time when you play back against somebody there. There's this Queen Jack. How awful it is. When I have a new client and when they're just starting out, especially in a tournament, what I like them to do is I like to get a pad of paper and so you can put it right down by the side of their mouth. Every hand you get dealt, just put down what you get. So you put 6-4, then 8-3, and Queen King, and Ace 5, and just list them down. And then every, depending on, there's a shove here, depending if it's a 9-player table or 10, just put a line under it every 9 hands. And just, if you play the hand, circle it, and if you win, put a W next to it. If you lose, put an L. And then every 9, every 9, every 9. Just keep going down. I'm too early for this one here. And at the end, you'll probably have 150 hands or something. But then go back and look at all the hands you were dealt and how many were good. How many less than maybe 10, 15%. Don't count very and when you're short-handed because you're going to be playing a lot of hands at that time. But I'm talking about till you get down into that final table, final 8. Take a look at it and see all the ones you played that you won and all the ones you lost, and see which ones are giving you difficulty, which ones are profitable to you. I think things will jump out. If it's suited, when you put it down, put Ace King and then put a little S. If it's unsuited, just put Ace King, and then you'll know whether you played a suited hand. But just try that for a couple of tournaments. It'll keep you engaged in the game, and you may discover a few things. Now, I missed this completely here. I'm not going to waste my time. He can definitely have this here. Again, I'm not a believer in making mistakes when you're in the blind or on the button. Remember, button raises if you're first in are going to generally win 70-80% of the time if you're got a good table image and you know what you're doing at the table and you make the right bet. But there are times and places early in the tournament it's not worth it to me. Here's another person. You're going to have a lot of people that are just going all in. Look, we're talking about they got 10 big blinds. They're trying to make a stand. They're trying to get in the. He's thinking about coming in. You could triple up. You could triple up. Maybe 2 get knocked out. He may be buying time, hoping that myself or Bama next to me is going to do something. We'll don't know. No, he's thinking about himself now. He's taking time off of his time clock. There's the 10s against the Queen King. And he hits both of them. He'll need to get a 10. Nope. And he's cut down the size there. He was the big favorite here. Favorite doesn't mean anything. So if I'm first in, yes, I'm going to try to steal. If he comes in all in, do I want to do the 2? Do I want to get him isolated? Well, I think he has a pair or a better ace than I am. I'm going to decide that he's got at least ace 8 or a pair of 6s or something. Oh, he doesn't have anything. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that. I had a total loser. But so was that. That was not the one to make. He had a couple of hands to go before he had to make a stand. That was a terrible decision on his part. He got a little tilted, I think, from being beat in the hand before. Now, if I would have went all in with my ace-6, would the Queen King? I don't know if the Queen King suited would have called. More than likely, these guys would have called, and I would have probably lost there. So those were the thoughts that I had on it, and I'll stick to those kind of thoughts. See what kind of cards I get on this one here. I'm going to run clock. I'll be right back. back, folks. As they say in the business, I had my first flush of the day. Let me get me something to eat here. Slide back in here to see my 6-8 go in the muck. Again, 10 big blinds, it's an all-in situation for everybody. I've got a little bit more than 10 big blinds, but you know, I got to think, what am I going to do? Put 400 in and then fold? It's very hard. Here he gets some fold equity, and that people may just fold hands that could even actually beat him by putting his money in first. Come on, there's one king, but not the second one. We need to get some hands here so we can show a few more things in this video. A reminder, don't forget, Positive Poker Insiders. And I'm your Positive Poker Insider, poker coach, Al Spath. We hope to have some other insiders joining us in the near future. We'll announce that. I say we, I mean I. Uh-oh. That was a strong hand. Under the gun, 300. Didn't push all in. Probably ace king or better, in my opinion. And it's a definite fold here. I want to thank those that have donated for all the streams and all the videos, over 170 up on YouTube. You can donate at PayPal at alspath@alspath.com. And we've got some $5, $10, $25, $50. We even got 100 from P. Lindsay. We really appreciate that. There are no charges up on YouTube to view over 170 videos. That's a lot of time invested. A lot of it was done over at Heartbeat Poker. You can join them. They stream live every week. You can join Posse 1972, I mentioned earlier. Dave Romer, he's called the Lango. He's the hitman. He's a lead instructor over at Poker School Online. Noodle the River, doing some PLO work over there. Time to time. Ninja is in there. Ninja. This is an easy fold for me. I don't know what he's taking all the time for, trying to work it out. A lot of people do that. They let the clock go down and then they shove in, like they don't know what to do, and they're gonna shove it in when they have a really good hand. See, that was an easy, obvious. Good. I'm glad he won anyhow. He should win with his better hand. And so now we have two people out, and I should be the low chipper, and I am. This is an easy fold. I could go for a steal, but not really. Not yet. Got to watch for this here. Yes, this could be pocket 6s or 7s and trying to see a flop. A lot of times this is a guy trying to trap with a bigger hand, hoping that somebody else will attack, and then he'll get them in rather than him put a big raise in. We won't know until the end here, but let's see if this guy puts about 275. Well, he goes half, which isn't the greatest bet, but he wins. King Jack is an okay hand. If I was shorter, I would probably attack here. But if I was first in, I might attack. But since he's in, it's an easy fold. Remember, I'm going to be an underdog to just about any ace and, of course, any pair. I'm not short enough to just make that stand at this particular juncture. Again, this is the first hand I've had, which is the blinds have gone up. So we're going to go 375. We want some action. This is the first group 1 hand I've had. Whether or not somebody calls and then they spike on me, I just don't want the blind money. If I get the blind money, it's fine, but I'd like that blind to call me here or go over me. Didn't do it. Maybe I should have made it a little bit less, but I can't let them in with too many people in. Now the ace deuce suited. If I was shorter, I would push right there, but I'm back to 10 big blinds and in early position, so I'm going to hold off on it just a little bit. I'm not in great shape on my. I don't want you to think I'm in great shape because I just won that 1 hand. I'm at 1,500. That's still 10 big blinds. I'm still considered a shorty. But I want to push in late position first in. So there I would have a beautiful flop. I'd have the straight draw and the flush draw. I'd have 12 outs. I'd be a 48% chance to win this pot. 4 times the amount of outs that you have. That's the rule of 4 and 2. And there I'd have the nuts. So there, oh my goodness, I'd be doubling up through him. He bet first and everything. Wow. Well, you take chances. That's a good example of sometimes you can't play a certain hand because of your position or your chip stack size. A lot of you might have pushed with 15 and you'd have won a lot there and maybe won the tournament. I chose not to, and that's my bad. But I would stick to that every single time in that situation. Now he checks, so I'm going to fire about $245 in this pot. He comes over or stays, I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm not going to fire again. So he got me to put a bet in there. It didn't work. Now I am on life support. Now I'm ready to ram and jam. Again, my whole philosophy changes. I've got a king, so I've got to jam it. My whole philosophy changes when my chip stack, again, I'll jam it if I'm first. Take my chances. If I run into a buzzsaw, I run into a buzzsaw. Same thing. One of these times when I get a call. Now, if he comes in for a raise, I can get out of their way. I think one of those two would call me, and I don't think I want to race with ace against ace jack or ace queen here. So I'm going to play a little cautious there. Yes, some of you again may disagree and jam there and hope you got a little fold equity. I would have hit nothing on the flop but a backdoor straight draw, backdoor nut flush draw. So we'll see what happens here. There's the flush for him. And there is nothing for me. First in, I'm jamming. It's a little bit far away, but I'm going to still try it. Again, regardless if I get knocked out or not, I hope you have some takeaways from today. It isn't easy sometimes doing these video streams and bringing so many things up and covering so many things for everybody. I'm trying my best. I hope that I present it in a manner that is very easy to understand and that you'll comment on my videos that are up on YouTube under Al Spath. Just search it and hope you'll subscribe. It's free. If you don't have an account, just make one. It's really easy to do. I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm a coach that likes to play poker, not a poker player that likes to coach. There's a difference. So you can go out and find yourself. Uh-oh, look, the ace going to spike on him. There's no diamond that could come in there. You see, I would have had nothing. So he got some value out of his queens. I didn't get value but the blinds. But we're still at 1,700. We're in pretty good shape again. You know, we're a little over 10 big blinds, and we're hanging in there. We've got a couple of people less than us. There's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. That doesn't mean we can't go out next. All we can do is play our hands and interpret the board and the cards that are given to us. You can't change anything else. If you've listened to my temperament through this whole video, whether I made a mistake or not, pretty much the same. You know, maybe got a little bit when the nut flush on the hearts I chose, maybe my voice went up a little bit. That was only because I knew that everybody in the background out there that's watching this video is yelling and screaming and saying, "You idiot, Al, what a bad play that was." Well, you're entitled to that. I give you that. If you'd have known it would have been flopping that way and turning that way, I give you bigger credit than I had. So I got the fives here, and I was ready to defend with my fives. Nobody was going to steal anything from me on fives. Figure any ace, I've got an advantage over. As long as they don't have an overpair to my fives, I'm in good shape. This is an easy fold here. See if he defends. Nope. So as we've gone along, notice he's not defending. So I'm going to continue when I'm in position right here to steal from him if I've got anything. And that's an easy fold for the 872 or 882. I need one more good hand at double through. That's what I'm looking for. I'll either double through or I'll be on the rail. So these two guys that left earlier, I hope they're holding a cab so we can share it, or I'm calling Uber tonight. I've been up at Taj playing against guys that look really tired, and I said, "How long have you been playing poker?" In the shift, and he said, "Oh man, I've been here about 20 hours." I said, "Damn, didn't you get any sleep or anything?" He said, "Hey, I go out to my Toyota motel every now and then and catch a couple hours, but most of the time I'm right in here." They do use their cars in the parking lot, although I would not recommend you parking in the parking lot at the Taj any longer. It's a scary situation. They do have security. Now, the 10 jack, maybe some of you would have done something here. I don't particularly care for it. Good reason. Let's see a small bet here by somebody. Oh, come on. Somebody's got the 3 or the 7. Somebody's got to have a 3 or a 7. Nobody. Bet. A 5. Wow. That beats my 10 jack. And we're up to 100, 200. This is where a lot of people say, and I've always said, this is where the game really begins. Because you're talking about it really cutting into the, look at it, even he's got 2,800, 200 into the 2,800. You're talking, 10, 15 big blinds. We're all getting down where we're ramming and jamming. So this is where you got to make some really critical decisions. So this has turned out to be a pretty good video in the sense that we've covered a lot of ground. And that's what I'm here to do, is cover a lot of ground, bring up a lot of things. Here we got the 10s against the 9s, and 9s are the obvious favorite, but now he picks up a draw, and he does not get there with the draw, and the 9s prevail. Remember, if you got to make a stand, it's pairs, pairs, pairs. You really want to do it with pairs. They don't have to improve to win. Then, of course, comes an ace. Then, of course, comes painted cards or connected suited cards, things like that. So just remember, pairs are what you want to go in and make a stand with most of the time. They're going to serve you well in this game of poker. I would hit the king here. Some of you might have jammed here with $1,700 with just a king. I don't think I needed to do it this early. But we won't know. Oh. So I've had one pocket queens. I've had an ace king, and I've had ace jack twice, and pocket sevens. Nothing else. Nothing else. I want to remind you all the time, I can remember my hands pretty good. I had pocket fives. Remember that, guys? I had that in the big blind. Nobody attacked me. All right. I got 7 big blinds. I'm looking for to get my money in first, not second. He's thinking. Here he comes with sevens. He's a leader. No longer. He was out in front. No, no, no. So what I like to do when I'm playing a game like this, is another tip for you, is I always like to look at the blinds and say, okay, it's $300. If it comes around to me and I don't play another hand, I'll have $1,100. I'll have 5 big blinds, but I'll still have $1,100, which is enough to deter somebody in some hands. So I'm not in super critical. Oh, this is great. This is maybe 2 out of 3 can go out. Excuse me. Oh, a spade would shake things up. A spade shakes it up. It surely does. Oh my goodness, and we're down to 6. I could jam it with this one right here. He's got 13. I don't think he's going to go unless he's got a really good hand. These are all in the 2,000 range. I'm thinking that nobody's going to take this 1,400 on unless they have a really good hand. So I'm trying to pick up 300, hoping that nobody has anything here. People that are comfortable with their chip stack sizes don't usually fight unless they have a good hand. So that was another tip for you today. Look at the stack sizes of your opponents and try to figure out, you know, what in fact they got. Do I want to jam here? No, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give it a chance here. Remember, I folded an ace here. So he came in, so he's probably got something there. I'm going to wait. Oh, I waited, and I got more ammunition to do it with. Come on, somebody. Go all in. If you beat me, you beat me, but go all in now. Shove it. You is the one I want to shove right here. Come on, Quaggy. Come on, New York Tighter. Boy. Come on, somebody come over the top of him. Well, you know I'm coming over the top of him. I gotta make it look like I'm stealing it, though. No, he's not gonna come. He's getting cold feet. You know, if I do a min raise there, then he knows I really got it. I gotta make it look like I'm trying to just push him out of it. Nope, he wouldn't come. My bad. I could have taken the chance. Let me have this one, baby. Let me have this black sails. Don't do it. I can't do it with you there. I'll do it against him first, but I can't do it here against this guy. He's got to have an ace. I'm going to be an underdog to him. I'm in decent shape, decent enough shape to just throw that king queen away. It's tough. Tough to make decisions like that. I could go for a steal here, but I'm not going to go for it. Let these two guys jam it. I do appreciate you watching and staying with me on this video. There's been some ups and downs, but that's the way tournament life goes. There's an attack. 1. Pocket fours is a good enough hand for me to jam this in here. You can't limp with it, and you can't throw it away, folks. You got one thing to do, is jam it in there and hope that you get it. Either you win it like that, or you win it with a race. So now we're in second place. And we just want other people to jam and knock each other out. Here comes $1,414. No, he only goes 600 again. There it is. He can't fold to 814 now. Now he's committed. And he's way behind. Way behind. Unless he hits a deuce and he can't win it now. And he's gone, and we're down to 5. See, I don't worry about this guy getting 3,600. That's, this guy's 3,400. I'm worried about myself, and I'm worried about when I get to the end, what am I going to do? I can't worry about that right now. Those chips they're irrelevant to me. I got to play my hand, my stack, and just be smart. Nope, not dealing with that crap. Can't anyhow. Anyway. Hope to be streaming more over here at True Poker and some other sites. As you all know, that people getting paid over at Full Flush has been a very long process, and it tends to remind me of other sites that didn't make it. Almost like Full Tilt when they were paying people that were cashing out with deposits they were getting. It was just shuffling money, and I just don't know what's up about that, and I'm going to let this one go too. I just don't think it's time to shove with the ace deuce there. If that was an ace 8 or better, I would have shoved. If you're thinking about, hey Al, what would you have done? Well, I needed a better hand. I just hope that Full Flush's management and ownership figures it out, or gets some infusion of money and starts to pay the people what they. Come on, shove it. There you go. Now, here's the time where another tip for you. Instead of me just folding immediately, I'm buying this guy additional time here. Okay, to make a mistake. I want him to call, and he doesn't. But I was buying him time. Rather than just fold up the tent really fast, I was buying him time. So that's another tip you can take away from this session. No, I don't particularly care to do that. If that was Jack 9 or Jack 10, I would have probably attacked this guy. I don't like it. I'm not going to waste some chips here. Definitely don't like that. He's got a hand. I would say he's got. He wanted to maybe ace 9, something like that. All right, let's get a hand here. We're going up. Andes are coming in, and fold's gonna have to happen. At least we stay at 100, 200. Still 10 big blinds. We're milking this one as far as we can, but we need one more double up. This would be a reshove. I think he would just shove that back in there. I don't think he'd call that much money. I can't defend these cards. I got another loop to go around the table. I got to figure I can get better cards than this. Oh, 2 pairs is a nice flop for me. Let's see if we can get him to bet. No. Some of you might would attack with that, just that king. And let's go 455. Looks like a 1 action. No min raises there. Little extra. Gotta buy these guys a little time to think about how good their hands are here. He knows he was getting out. He's out. There we go. Threes are ahead. Threes are ahead. Threes are ahead. Threes lose at the end. Oh, no. We wanted that guy to get knocked out, didn't we? Oh, my goodness. That guy had, listen, he had 3 aces and 3 eights. So he had 6 outs times 2. He had a 12% chance of winning. 12% on the end. When turn came, he had 6 outs, 3 aces, 3 eights. That's a 12% chance. That's, you know, rounded off 10%. A 1 in 10 chance, and he struck gold. This guy can't be condemned because he was in front. He got in on a race that he was in front of, and he got sucked out at the end. So not too bad. King 2 I've been getting a lot of, and I just looked to make sure I didn't have King 2 again. All right, there it goes. See if he goes. Yep. King 4, 2-4. That's a winner. And we got 4 people left and 1 off the bubble. We are the bubble. It's an easy fold. Three six is another easy fold. I'm not going to try stealing at this particular point. He's not letting me anyhow. Get into it. Get into it. Ah, he was just using his stack. That's what that guy figured out. Now, I like those cards, folks. But I don't like them here. We need 2 of these guys to mix it up. Just give them a little call. That or I have to get some cards. One of the 2. Well, didn't see my cards there for a second. Yikes. Come on, Black Sails, have a hand. I don't care who wins. Ah. I need some help, folks. Cards, or someone gets knocked out. I can't do anything with Jack 3. Attaboy. See, that was a min raise and he just folded. Damn, no cards. Well, I'll look at their stacks. I'm hoping that they don't do it. I might be bubble boy here. This is I gotta take a chance. I need the 300. If he has overcards, well, I got live cards. Yeah, he's got overcards, so mine are live. He's got the big one, so I'm out of it unless they get runner. And I get runner. One time. See, I'm thinking all the time what I need, what I have to get. Now I got 4,000 chips. Fold. Let somebody else survive. Again, I took a chance. I even told you. I'm hoping that he has overcards so my cards are live. I didn't like the flop, but I got lucky later on in the round, you know, the streets. Oh, I'd love to play this 10 Jack. I'm hoping that Quagmire will get in here, but I can't waste $400 with this hand. Like, this guy's got to make a stand here. He's going to be facing the big blind. The blind's coming up. He's going to push all in here. This is the time. Right there is the time for him to push because he's under the gun. Again, anticipate what your opponent's moves are going to be. If you're sitting there and you're not watching the game, then you're not understanding the game. You shouldn't be playing the game. These are all edges that you have to have. It's the combination of all these edges together that make you a winner. If he gets me, he gets me. I've still got $2,000 left. But oh, whoa, it's going to chop it. good to know, though. He called it all in with his ace queen, which he should, even though he was in good chip stack. Come on, Black Sails. I can't do your dirty work. Although I might. This is the fun part of the game. Come on, Bama. Nah. This guy is not coming in unless he's got something. No chances. Uh-oh. Letting it go. Remember, if you're short and you're first and you jam with the pairs, that's good. If you call another raise, you're not in great shape. Let them go. They lose value. Gonna let it go. I got, 16 big blinds here. I don't have to try to make a stand with hands that don't have pairs or aces. I'm folding. I keep looking, hoping that these cards are going to match. But they haven't. Let's see what a small raise does to him. Nope. All right. Get in there, Bama. Get in there. There you go. Come on, Quaggy. Make it 600. Get them both in there. Bad bet. $400. Oh, even worse. Come on, Black Sails. Take this away from him. Take it away from him. Get two guys down at 1,500 that way. Don't let Bama win this. Bet. Make a big bet here. Oh, checked it. Oh, he did have an ace. Look at that. He lost a lot of value with that hand. Ay, ay, ay. 300 and 150. He's going. No, he doesn't go. I thought he was thinking about it. I think he was thinking really hard. Oh, no. Don't attack me. Don't attack me. No. Can't do that. Checking my iPhone here. Ivy League over on Twitter just followed Positive Poker Insider. Appreciate that. Positive Poker Insiders gaining momentum. Yes, I'm going. Will he rejam? I don't know. Let's see if we can see a flop. That's a toughie. 5 with an ace overcard with a backdoor nut flush draw. I gotta give it up. Maybe I should have pushed. I think he was trapping. I really think he was. That was an odd bet for him. He hadn't been making those kind of bets. All right. It's Jam City bubble time. Overcards. Nope. My image is pretty tight, so you're giving me a little credit, I think, for having hands. He's going. Yep. Come on, mix it up. I can't. Tried him with a min raise that time. It didn't work. I think he's got an ace. I don't think he's got an ace jack. But I can't toot him up. I really needed a 5 or a 4 on that turn card. That was a really bad card, that jack. Putting the 3 in a row and everything else an overcard. Well, I wasted some money, but they're all going in again here with king jack. It's not an ace. It's not a pair, but it's got to go. I don't have it. 5 or 6 big blinds. 7. Come on, big cards. Here we go. Deuce. I'm going to let it go. I just got it $2,800, and I think I can wait a little bit longer. Patience and discipline, folks. If you don't have it, there, see, I might have been up against Tim. Who knows? Good decisions, bad decisions. Some of them never know. Yeah, buddy. Come on, black sails. Get in here. There you go. Come on, Bama, pick up something. These guys are not fighting. They're playing well. Give them credit. I've had aces and queens, no kings, no jacks, no tens, no nines, no eights. Had sevens, had sixes, had fives, had fours. Did not have threes. I had twos. I threw them away. I had ace king once. I had ace queen. Here we go. Here we go. 9-10 is a double winner, and we're in the money. Now the game's going to open up, and we'll get to the next stage. Remember, we want to get second or first, but we have to put some money in the pot to do that. Right now. I might get, see, ooh, I got to get lucky. I got to get real lucky. I got to get a jack. Oh, I don't get a jack. Oh, I ran into a wall. I ran into a wall. This guy's been playing tight. That's all right. You got to do that. I'm all in here. I'm going to double up, maybe. Come on, triple up. Call. They're going to check it down. I got a straight draw. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. I feel an 8's coming. I'd rather have a 3. Trust me. 7-5. He's got 2 pair. He's got me beat. So we go out in third place. We make a little bit of money. But listen, we covered a lot of ground today. I want to tell you all that I really appreciate you watching. Please follow us at Positive Poker Insiders on Twitch TV. And I'm Al Spath, and you can find me up on YouTube with over 170 videos. Thanks, everybody. The Sunday conversation is with Brad Wilson tomorrow, the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day. And we've got somebody lined up most every Sunday for the next 2 months. Join us then. Thanks so much again. I hope you take a lot from us, and I want to hear from you at alspath@alspath.com.